RME ADI-2 DAC FS review. I have been using RME gear for a long time. One of my first proper audio interfaces was an RME DigiFace USB, and later a Babyface Pro FS, all of which served me exceptionally well. My current studio setup is built around the beating heart of an RME Fireface UX2, and I've used the RME ADI-8 extensively for location recordings, so needless to say, the brand and I have history. Today's review piece is, incidentally, from the same ADI series of converters, but designed as a DAC and headphone amp, rather than having the AD function of those other units. What is retained is the extensive equalization function, as well as selectable filters, a remote control, more easily accessible balance and level controls, and a fairly flexible cross-feed implementation. Things like microphone inputs, mixer functionality and other pro audio related connections have been dropped, as reflected in the lower price of the DAC-only version, compared to the full ADI-2 unit, with a DC and MIC line I/O coming in a trim and tidy small desktop form factor, and at $1,299, the ADI-2 DAC FS is firmly in what I'd call premium territory. The AKM4493 inside is a fairly standard chip at this point, but for the price RME has packed an astonishing amount of functionality in here. The aforementioned laundry list of features isn't simply lip service or marketing copy. Either RME has a reputation for exhaustive and thoughtful feature sets, and the ADI-2 DAC is no different. On to the important part, the sound quality. I was lucky enough to have on hand a Matrix X Sabre Pro MQA, which uses the ESS 9038 PRO chip from Sabre. Contrasted with the RME's AKM4493, these two flagship chips certainly live up to their brand's respective reputations, but also hold some surprises. While the X Sabre is more detailed and has that famed S treble clarity, it doesn't suffer from excess harshness that has plagued those designs in the past. Likewise, the RME, though it is smooth and fatigue-free, presents a startlingly amount of detail and sonic organization. There is no sense that the music is smoothed over, and in fact I can think of a few more expensive DACs that don't achieve the level of coherency and transparency as the RME. The AKM Velvet sound in this unit is not coming at the expense of detail, at least to my ears. While I have to emphasize that differences between DACs are subtle and often the output stage makes a more significantly audible difference, the AKM sound for those unfamiliar is often thought of as smooth up top, sometimes at the cost of detail. I found this to be the case in the SPL Phonitor Amp's DAC 768 stages, which seemed to cover up some things in the treble, when compared to outboard DACs from the likes of Shiat, Matrix, etc. In contrast to the pro audio interfaces, which even for an experienced engineer present an overwhelming array of flexibility, the ADI-2 DAC is quite straightforward. Once you've gotten oriented with the standard volume knobs, RME has divided the system menu into several parts, with most core menu functionality in the I/O section. Here you'll find the lion's share of the interesting controls, including balance, filter adjustments and crossfeed. I quite like the inclusion of MS processing and balance controls, things often left off of hi-fi units. In fact, RME has a lot of things often left off hi-fi units, and this is one of the most feature-rich units I've ever seen at any price. As an all-in-one unit, I prefer the RME to many of the options out there, and I do find it a strong contender in the category. It's an excellent DAC and a competent headphone amplifier, and when adding in the multitude of options for tweaking the sound, it means you can tweak the sound to your liking with enormous flexibility. While I didn't find the headphone output as refined as other choices from SPL or Shiat, in my opinion those units ultimately will offer a much subtler leap in sound quality than being able to equalize your headphones. If you're looking for one unit to do everything, and you don't mind tweaking some settings, then I think this unit is an excellent choice. If you're looking for only a DAC or amplifier that will offer you the absolute maximum sound quality without any extra featureset, however, I would look elsewhere. This gives great separates a run for their money, but ultimately my personal preference is still for those higher performing separates.
Check out the description for more information in latest price.